Hi, my name is Jaime Greene, the Solar Queen, and on my YouTube channel, I talk about all things solar when it comes to residential and commercial solar. So it's raining today in California, and it's awesome! I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and I became very familiar and accustomed to living in the rain. Well, not here in California. We're lucky if we see rainfall a couple times a summer, and it's really nice to have the rain coming after a much very hot, very dry summer, and anything that we can do to help fill up our reservoirs and all that good stuff and put out any wildfires that are happening throughout the state. So it's going to be lasting hopefully until tomorrow, and that's a good thing. So I wanted to make this video. I'm sitting in my car waiting to go in the grocery store, but it's raining, so I thought, what a perfect time to talk about what happens to your solar panels production and everything when it's raining. So just so you know, when it rains, it's going to help clean off the solar panels of any dust, any ash, any residue, any dirt, things like that. So it's not going to clean them 100%. I was at a birthday party for my son's friend yesterday, and one of the dads in the class got solar with me, and he asked me, hey, my wife has noticed that our production has dropped a little bit, and we think it's probably because it's time to clean the solar panels. Here is a rule of thumb. It is a good idea to clean your solar panels every 6 months. And what you do to clean the solar panels is literally use water. You can use a microfiber cloth on a telescopic pole or something like that with some water and a little bit of dish detergent, like a very mild dish soap, and mix it kind of like how we used to wash cars as kids. I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, we got a little bucket, put some water from the hose with a little bit of Dawn dish soap and a little cloth, like a washcloth, and we hand washed our cars. We can't really do that. I mean, I guess we can, but we don't really do that anymore. Or I don't see many people doing that because it's just so much more convenient to drive through a car wash or take it somewhere and have them detail it and everything. But you know, the good thing is the rainfall is going to help clean your solar panel. So if you live in an area where you get more frequent rain, unlike what we get in California, you're going to want to try and wash your solar panels at least every 6 months is a good rule of thumb. That's just going to be so that you don't lose a ton of production due to dust and pollen and ash or anything else that's on your solar panels. So what happens though on days like today is your solar production is going to drop dramatically. Now here's a screenshot of our solar production for you to see. And you can see that it hasn't dropped to zero. So it's not like it doesn't produce anything on a rainy, cloudy day. It's actually your solar panels, it doesn't run off heat, and like sunlight obviously helps, but it's not a heat based, like energy is not made from heat. Energy is made from sunlight. And even through the clouds, so here I am in my Tesla, there you can still see that sun and light still coming through the clouds, and there's still UV light coming through, which is why even like when you're out on a cloudy day or overcast day, they still recommend you put sunscreen on your face because people will still get burnt even though it's not like a direct sunny day. So your solar system is still going to produce for you, but obviously at a much lower rate, but you're still going to get some power. So that's the good news, is even on a rainy day, your solar system is going to still produce for you. The larger the system, the more power. The smaller the system, the less power. Just, you know, the systems are sized and installed per your usage. So if you're a home that uses less power than your neighbor that uses 3 times as much, you can anticipate that solar system is going to be much larger than, say, your solar system that is smaller to generate the power that you need. This is another thing that people, you know, say to me, well, why does my neighbor who's got solar, why do they have, 20 panels and I need 30? Well, it all has to do with roof orientation, location to the sun, like where you're at in the world or the country, what latitude you're at, and then how much energy you're actually using, along with what wattage panels are going on your roof. So it's really hard to play that comparison thing or go, well, my neighbor has that many panels, why do I need this many? Or why does my neighbor have, all those panels, but they still get a true up? There's a bunch of different things that can happen, but when you're getting a solar system or sizing it for your historic production, and for some, especially with EVs being all the thing now, if people are adding an EV car, you're going to want to add more panels to make sure your system is generating enough power for your home and now your EV. One really cool thing that's happened for me recently is our car charger. We had a little bit of issues with our car charger that's directly a part of our solar inverter for our solar system. So we have 2 solar systems. The first one was 8 panels with 285 watt panels on there. So that's very, very small system. And we were pretty good about our energy consumption and being conservative. But we got the EV and we were planning to add maybe add a hot tub down the road. So we went ahead and built a system, had a second system installed to be able to offset my car charging. So now my car is being charged 100% from the sun, from our solar system. So it's super awesome. And that being said, it's depending on how much you drive and how much you're charging. A full charge with an EV is hitting about 50 to 55 kilowatt hours for one charge. And I'm seeing this mostly for longer range vehicles or batteries that have a larger range, and they're taking it down to maybe 15% left in their battery, and they're taking it up to 80%. In all the utility bills I'm seeing, it's about 50 kilowatt hours every time they charge it. And so depending on how frequently you charge it is going to determine how much solar you're going to need. But really it's a mileage. How many miles do you drive a year, and how often are you are you only charging it at home? So in this video here, you can go and watch my video on how much energy does it really take to charge an EV, and that will help you understand how that all works. But so going back to solar production and the drop in production, that happens, but your solar system is still going to generate power. And in fact, right now, our solar system is charging up the power wall because I switched it over to 50% reserves, 50% self-consumption. I'm at the grocery store. The rain has actually stopped. So those are people putting their groceries in their car. But I switched it over just because we got a warning today that there's going to be high winds tonight and there's a potential for a power outage. So if that's the case, we want to make sure that there's enough battery in there to just carry us through the night for if the power goes out, for our refrigerator, for our lights and things like that. So we're prepared for that. So right now, the solar that's being generated right now, it's about 0.9 kilowatt hours effectively right now, and it's all going into the power wall to recharge it, because we were all day long have been using solar and our battery, so we've not been pulling anything from the grid. So these are some really cool things you can do with your battery in days like today. You can use them for days like today. But if you don't have a battery, what's happening is you're pulling from your net metering energy credits you've been generating throughout the summer, throughout the spring. And that's why we build the systems, why I build the solar systems, to be a little bit more than what you've used, historically. So for instance, if you used 5,000 kilowatt hours, I would design a system for you to have at least, 5,500 kilowatt hours to 6,000 kilowatt hours, so that you have an extra buffer for so you have an extra buffer for summertime if you're running your air conditioning, or for cloudy days like this, so you just have peace of mind that you're not going to have a true up at the, true up period. So And that happens annually if you're with the utility company. Now I want to talk about what happens if you have a third-party generation company like Marin Clean Energy where I live, or Sonoma County Clean Energy, East Bay Clean Energy, Peninsula Clean Energy. These are third-party clean energy agencies in the Bay Area that partner with PG&E. And if before you got solar, if you were paying PG&E and saw Marin Clean Energy, for this example, on your bill, that meant that you were paying for transmission and distribution to PG&E, and generation charges were being paid to Marin Clean Energy. Now, if you are still enrolled in a third-party clean energy agency after solar, you are truing up once a year with PG&E. Oh, that was almost an accident there. You're truing up once a year with PG&E for transmission and distribution charges. If you're still enrolled with the third-party clean energy agency, you are truing up with them monthly. So in the summertime, you might be getting credits from PG. It looks like it's coming from PG&E, but the truth is it's coming from the third-party clean energy agency. It's just showing up on your PG&E bill, and it may be offsetting your gas bill if you are with PG&E or SCG&E. SCE is only energy, only electricity. Sorry, SC is only electricity and not gas. So if that's the case, you have a third-party clean energy agency, you're truing up monthly. In the summertime, you're going to get credits. In the wintertime, you're going to pay them. But even after a year's time, when you true up with PG&E or SCG&E or SCE, you're going to true up once a year. If you have a third-party clean energy agency for generation charges, you're going to true up every month, and that should still net zero if your system was sized appropriately. If you did get solar and then decided, oh, I'm going to get an EV, and you didn't factor that in to your solar system when you were meeting with your consultant, you're going to have a true up. So go watch this video where I talk about how much energy you should plan for based on your mileage per year, and if you're going to charge your car with the solar system. I would encourage you to do that. It makes it a total system if you can do that. Like, the whole ecosystem with an EV, solar, and if you can swing a battery, get the battery to be able to provide you power during a blackout, as well as being able to use that power that your solar system's generating for you during non-peak hours, load up that battery, and be able to use it during peak hours when it's the most expensive time of day. The only thing I'm going to say about batteries is if you have air conditioning and you want to back up your air conditioning, one battery is not going to be enough. So you're going to need a minimum of 2 batteries, possibly 3, depending on how big your house is, how big your air conditioning unit is, and how long you want to run that air conditioning unit during a power outage. So just, food for thought. I hope that this video is really helpful for you guys. And if you're interested in solar for your own home or your business, please reach out to me at JaimeGreene.com. And make sure to like this video if it helped you to understand what happens during a power outage. I have a video for that. Or I don't think I do. I will make a video about what happens if you have a power outage and you have solar. If you have solar, and if you have solar plus a battery, or if you have solar plus a generator. Or if you you let me know in the comments below if you would like me to make a video on that. Actually, I probably will. But please make sure to like this video. Ask any questions or make any comments you'd like in the comment section below. And consider subscribing to my channel and share the channel out with other people that you know who are interested in solar for their home and just need some information. I have an entire playlist called What to Expect When Going Solar, and it takes you through everything. So go check that playlist out right here. Go check it out, and I just hope you have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.